Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Myself is Muhammad Haris Sadeem. I am an English language instructor. I teach English language and literature to O levels, IGCSE, and A levels. So far as my qualification is concerned, I am masters in applied linguistics, and I did my PGD in ELT as well, English language teaching. I've been teaching for no less than 15 years, and it's been a very productive experience in teaching English language and literature to O levels and other Cambridge classes. Today, here in this O levels class, we are going to introduce the paper pattern and the syllabus for English language, double 123. So let's start. Let me share some of the details with you. All right. English language has two papers, paper 1 and paper 2. For paper 1 is of writing paper. It's of 60 marks in total. The time for this paper is 1 hour and 30 minutes. And in the writing paper, we have two sections for this. The first one is second one, creative writing. In directed writing, we learn about writing letters, reports, speeches, articles, and in section 2 of paper 1, we actually learn about creative writing, that is essay writing to be specific. And let me start my screen share. All right. Um, I'm afraid you will have to wait for a moment. Let me share my screen first, and I'll be in a position to share with you the details. I'm afraid there's some problem with the screen share. Anyways, let me um, write down the stuff right here. So I was talking about paper 1. I hope you can see the screen. It's paper 1, and it's of writing paper. In writing paper, as I told you, we have section 1, and in that section 1, this is what we call directed writing. All right, and in directed writing, it's letters. We have reports, and we have speeches to write, both informative and persuasive speeches. And along with that, we have article writing, both a newspaper article and the magazine article. All right, can see my screen. So we did paper 1, section 1, that is directed writing, and then section 2, creative writing. We have then paper 2, paper 1, section 1, directed writing, section 2, creative writing, and we have paper 2, reading paper, which is of 50 marks in total. Time is 1 hour. Section 1 is reading for ideas, that is of 25 marks. And in that reading for ideas, will be given a non-fiction passage of 700 to 750 words. And it has question like notes that will be of content points. You'll be given a passage to read, and against that passage, you need to make content points out of it. And after the content points, we have the summary writing question in the paper. Section 1, reading for ideas. After summary, we have a question to identify facts and opinions from the passage from the designated paragraph. After reading for ideas section, we have section 2, which is called reading for meaning. Reading for meaning. Reading for meaning passage. And in that reading for meaning, I have a passage to read once again. This passage will be fiction, means a narrative account or a story or the part of a novel or something. And the length of this passage will be the same, around 700 to 750 words approximately. This reading for meaning it should be updated by now. Sakib, can you see the screen now? It shows the screen is being shared right now. If you could refresh your screen somehow, you'll be able to see the screen. Status is classes.pk is sharing a window. It's being shared from my side. Yes. Can you see the screen now? All right. All right. Okay. Okay, dear. All right. So I was talking about section 2, which is of reading for meaning. It's a fictional passage, 700 to 750 words, and we'll be having 8 to 10 questions of different nature. This section 2, reading for meaning, will be a complete comprehension exercise, a comprehension passage to read and then answer the questions after that. So the questions will be of different natures. We'll have literal questions, we'll have inferential questions, we'll have own words questions in which you are supposed to answer in your own language. You don't have to You are not required, you're not supposed to use the language of the passage, but to read the passage with the context, with the background understanding, and come up with your own ideas, your own analysis of the text, given the instructions in the question, and you'll be asked to respond in your own language. And after that question, these questions, you'll be having a vocabulary question, which will be an MCQ based question. You'll be given 5 words, and against that, there will be 4 possible options. Out of these 4, you'll have to select the correct one, right? So there will be a vocabulary question, MCQ based question will be there. And the last question of reading for meaning, fictional passage, the last question will be of meaning and effect. It's a new question added in 2018. The syllabus was updated in 2018, and before 2018, we had different things, because meaning and effect question was not there before, prior to 2018 syllabus, but it was added uh, in 2018. So we do have this 2018 passage, an update of the syllabus in which we have meaning and effect question. I'll be describing you, since we have so many things to discuss, and so far as writing and reading is concerned. So this is actually the very of the paper of English language, 1123. 1123 is the core of the language for O levels English, and of the subject. So, as I told you, the reading paper is of 50 marks, 1 hour and 45 minutes. Reading section 1, reading for ideas, 25 marks, and section 2, reading for meaning, is of 25 marks as well. All right. So, this is it from my side today. And Second, if you have any questions in mind regarding the briefing that I gave you today, um, feel free to ask, please. You may type in your questions in the chat box, the class conversation. If you have any questions, please, regarding the syllabus, the paper pattern, any text type, anything you would like to question, any confusion you have in mind. Zach, can you hear me? All right. Sure thing. Sure thing. You're very welcome to ask any questions you would like to have in mind. And for the purpose, you can also use your mic as well if you would like to have any you see detailed answer upon any of the question in your mind. All right, so you can use the mic as well. All right, dear. Um, that's all for today. All right. So see you tomorrow, inshallah, in the same class, and we'll be describing some of the features of paper one, writing paper. All right. Then we'll be discussing some of the reading portion as well. All right. And there are so many things to talk about. This is the start of the essay. It's the start of the language subject. So do note down your questions and come up with those questions tomorrow, and we'll discuss that. All right. So, thank you so very much. It's nice to have you here today with me. Thank you so much, Sakib. Have a nice day ahead. Allah Hafiz.